Week 8 is here. We're very excited to bring you another weekly predictions video, this time for a stacked week that features 0 buys. All 32 teams are getting ready to play football this weekend, and we couldn't be more excited. As always, please subscribe if you're new to the channel so you can stay up to date on all of the latest and greatest NFL content here on Touchdown Kingdom. Please like the video if you enjoy it, but more importantly, don't forget to leave your predictions in the comments below. Let's get right into it.
The proud sponsor of today's video here on Touchdown Kingdom is BetUS. Now, if you haven't heard of BetUS, they are one of the leading platforms for online betting, offering a wide range of sports betting and casino games. They have an incredible variety of betting options on a ton of different sports. You can do so much on BetUS, including pregame bets, parlay live bets, and player prop bets. BetUS is offering a 125% sign-up bonus when you click the link in the description. For example, if you made an account and deposited $100, BetUS will give you $225 to play with on their site. For any questions, check out any of the BetUS customer support options through live chat, email, and phone support. So please visit BetUS, sign up using the link in the description, and start betting on your favorite sports and games today.
First up, we have the Saints at the Colts. Both teams are coming off of Week 7 losses and will be looking to bounce back here in Week 8. The Colts lost by 1 to the Browns in a crazy game, and quarterback Gardner Minshew has proved that he can keep the Colts competitive throughout the remainder of the season after they lost Anthony Richardson to a shoulder injury. The Colts feel like the better team in this matchup, even though both teams are 3-4 on the year. Saints quarterback Derek Carr looks lost, and the offense is suffering as a result. Is it Jameis Winston time in New Orleans? We'll have to wait and see, but I like the Colts to win this game either way. Colts win 23-21. Moving on to the Jaguars at the Steelers. The Jaguars are on a hot streak and have won their last 4 games, while the Steelers are also winning games even if they are in ugly fashion. The Steelers' defense is elite thanks to the consistently awesome play of TJ Watt, who is a true game-changing player. He'll definitely make life tough for Trevor Lawrence and the Jags offense, but it will ultimately be the Steelers' offense that won't be able to put up enough points to compete. Jags win 27-20. Next, we have the Texans at the Panthers. Both teams are coming off of Week 7 byes and are rested up and ready to go for this Week 8 matchup. The Texans have won 3 of their last 4 and are sitting at 500 on the season, while the Panthers are still searching for their first victory. This game will feature a battle between 2 rookie quarterbacks, CJ Stroud of the Texans and Bryce Young of the Panthers. Stroud has had a great start to his career and definitely looks like the best quarterback of his draft class, while Bryce Young hasn't had the same luck. This will be a good opportunity for the Panthers to try and get a win, but I don't think it will happen. I like the Texans to get the road W 28-17. Alright guys, moving along to the Eagles at the Commanders. The Eagles got back on track with a Week 7 win over the Miami Dolphins, and they're feeling good sitting at 5-2 on the year. On the flip side, the Commanders just dropped a game to the Giants, who only had 1 win on the year heading into last week's matchup. Washington is unfortunately a mess, and this should be one of the more lopsided games of the weekend. Eagles win big, 31-17. Up next, we have the Rams taking on the Cowboys. The Rams lost to the Steelers, partially thanks to the refs, but they fell short regardless. The Rams have definitely found a gem in wide receiver Puka Nacua, but their offense overall still leaves something to be desired. Now they have to face a tough Cowboys team that's well rested coming off of a bye. Dallas have played well at home so far, and the Rams' struggling offensive line will have their hands full with Micah Parsons and the Dallas defense. I like the Cowboys to win in a close game, 25-21. Next up, we have the Patriots at the Dolphins. The Patriots defeated the Buffalo Bills last week in a shocking upset, and now have 2 wins on the year. Both of these wins came against their division rivals, first the New York Jets, and now the Buffalo Bills. Now it's time for the Miami Dolphins to play New England in yet another AFC East showdown. While the Pats are feeling good after beating Buffalo, they'll have a tough challenge heading down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. With that being said, I am feeling another upset this week. Bill Belichick knows the AFC East like the back of his hand after dominating within the division for the last 2 decades. That, plus the fact that the Dolphins don't show up in big games, has me feeling a Pats win this week. Patriots win in an ugly one, 24-20. Moving on to the Vikings and the Packers. This should be an interesting game between two good teams that have been underwhelming so far in 2023. Jordan Love's first season as QB1 got off to a strong start before slowing down throughout the last few weeks, while Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense continues to navigate through life without Justin Jefferson in the lineup. Kirk is clearly the better QB in this game, and I like the Vikings to come out on top and get to 500 on the year. They're definitely feeling great after beating the 49ers on Monday night, that's for sure. Vikings win 21-18. Moving on to the Battle of New York as the Jets take on the Giants. Now, the Jets and Giants only play each other in the regular season once every 4 years, so this is definitely going to be an exciting weekend for New York football fans. The Jets have somehow beaten both the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles with Zach Wilson at quarterback, but with limited thanks to Zach. While he hasn't been awful, it's the Jets' defense that keeps them in games week in and week out. They are a top unit in the league even without key players, as we saw against the Eagles. Now the Jets are coming off of a bye week and are ready to take on their crosstown rivals. The Giants are feeling much better about their season after coming off a win against Washington last week, but the Jets are definitely the better team and should get the job done against the Giants. I think it'll be a gritty, low-scoring defensive matchup that ultimately favors the Jets. Jets win 17-14. Moving on to the Falcons at the Titans. The Titans are coming off a bye, while the Falcons are coming off a 3-point win over the Bucs. The Falcons, much to the surprise of fans all across the league, are 4-3 on the year. They haven't been perfect, but their young roster has shown lots of promise and the future looks bright. On the flip side, the Titans are 2-4 and have struggled on offense in terms of consistently scoring the ball. They do play much better at home than they do when they hit the road, and I think they're due for an upset this week. Ryan Tannehill has been underwhelming, but this is a good opportunity to bounce back against a poor Falcons secondary. I like DeAndre Hopkins to have a big game. Titans win in a close one, 24-21. Next, we have the Browns at the Seahawks. The Browns and the Seahawks are both sitting at 4-2 on the year, and this should be a good game to keep an eye on. Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson might not play due to a shoulder injury, but Cleveland has already managed to win games without him in the lineup. The Browns' defense has been playing outstanding football, and Myles Garrett continues to remind the NFL of just how good he really is. The Seahawks have played well on both sides of the ball, and this game feels like it's going to be another low-scoring defensive battle. Ultimately, I'm going to give the Seahawks the W at home. Their defense has also been playing very well, and quarterback Geno Smith has been an asset for the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks win 23-20. Next, we have the Chiefs at the Broncos. The Broncos just got their second win of the season, defeating the Packers in a low-scoring game. The Chiefs haven't looked back since their Week 1 loss to Detroit and are now sitting at 6-1 on the year after winning their last 6. This should be another lopsided affair. Patrick Mahomes has owned the AFC West since becoming the guy for the Chiefs, and I expect he'll continue to do so this week against a struggling Denver team, regardless of them winning last week or not. Chiefs win big, 32-17. Next, we have the Bengals and the 49ers. The Bengals are coming off a bye, while the 49ers are coming off a shocking loss to the Vikings on primetime. San Fran has now lost their last 2 games, and question marks are starting to form around quarterback Brock Purdy. On the flip side, the Bengals season has had its ups and downs. They're sitting at 3-3 in a super competitive AFC North, and they need to start stacking wins if they want to remain in the playoff hunt. Although the Niners have struggled for the past 2 weeks, this is a good opportunity for them to get back on track at home against a Bengals team that has yet to find their stride this year. Niners win 27-24. In what should be a lopsided contest, we're now moving on to the Ravens at the Cardinals. The Cardinals lost yet another game and are now sitting at 1-6 on the year, while the Ravens are 5-2 and have to be feeling fantastic after decimating the red-hot Lions last week. This matchup does not bode well for Arizona. Lamar Jackson is playing elite football, The Ravens defense just shut down one of the better offenses in the league, and Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon appears to be in over his head. A Cardinals win this week would be the biggest upset of the year, and I do not think we'll get to see it happen. Ravens win big, 28-13. Next up, we have the Bears and the Chargers. The Bears are 9-point underdogs against a struggling Chargers team after they destroyed the Raiders 30-12 in last week's contest. It was quarterback Tyson Bagent's first NFL start, and he played very well enough to lead the Bears to a 3-score victory over Las Vegas. On the flip side, the Chargers have lost 2 of their last 3 and are sitting at 2-4 on the year. Their season has gotten off to a very disappointing start, and there are huge question marks surrounding head coach Brandon Staley's future within the organization. 9-point favorites because they still have Justin Herbert at quarterback, talented skilled players all over the place, but I am smelling another upset this week. I like the Bears to get a big win on the road. I just haven't seen anything too promising from the Chargers as of late, and the Bears are flying high after coming off of a big Week 7 victory. Bears win in a super tight contest, 24-23. Moving on to the last matchup of Week 8, which will be a Monday Night Football showdown between the Raiders and the Lions. Now, unfortunately for the NFL, I don't think this game will be a nail-biter. The Raiders look lost on both sides of the ball, minus the play of Max Crosby. Wide receiver Davante Adams has made his frustrations with the Raider offense public knowledge, and many expect him to be moved elsewhere before the trade deadline hits. Factor in the Lions' recent blowout loss at the hands of the Ravens, and you have an angry Detroit team looking to get right on their home turf in front of a national audience. Not good if you're a Raiders fan. Lions win big, 27-13. Alright guys, that's going to do it for another video here on Touchdown Kingdom. Now please make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any uploads and you can stay up to date with all of the latest and greatest NFL content. As always, please like the video if you enjoyed, but most importantly, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your predictions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.